Hi, this is Dan. You're watching iAllegedly. Got a good one for you today. I had a meeting in Belmont Shores today, area of Long Beach, and then had to come back down to Newport. But man, oh man, talking about real estate, talking about what's going to happen with rental units. It's crazy. Absolutely so much to talk about. Please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Now, first things first, guys, think about this. You're starting to see huge cracks in real estate that we've not had in 15 years. And nobody wants to sit there and say that this is a problem, but it is a problem. It really, really is. And I want to give you a couple perfect examples. Here in Orange County, very affluent area, average housing price has dropped dramatically over the course of the last month to the lowest level in years. They've never had a drop like this. Housing prices went down $70,000, the average price of an average home, which is now at $670,000 here in Orange County, which is a ton. It's ridiculous. It's a 42% drop off, which is the highest recorded drop in that short of a period of time ever. In the last 8 months, okay, you're seeing a drop here in Orange County alone. That's big, that's huge, but things are sitting on the market longer. You're getting more days on the market than you had before. Now, go back to the Long Beach area. Now, there's areas of Long Beach, California that are not good. They're dangerous, okay? It's where people buy drugs. It's just not good, okay? High crime, things like that. The problem with areas like that is that you can go a few streets over from the tourist areas and just it's bad news, okay? But down by 2nd Street, down by some of these areas, you've got a really nice area. My friend lives down there, walks to the beach every day, can go walk to the restaurants, just absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. Now, he sent me this picture of these units that are staggering, and that the first one, you've got 4 units that average $454,000 a unit, so it's $1.8 million for this piece of property, for this fourplex. The problem with it is that it's been in the market since last May of last year. Now, photos included, so you can sit there, you can tell me how terrible the street is, you can tell me anything you want, but there's something amiss when you've got that. Now, is this guy totally overpriced? We should talk to Michael Lembeck and ask him and get his opinion. But something like this, is this going to head to $1 million? Now, then you've got the threeplex, okay? Really nice building. Look at the picture, $700,000, but that's, almost 200 days on the market as well. And then you've got the 11plex, which is $437,000 or $430 a piece. And, that's a $4 million project plus, and that's been on the market over 100 days right now. This is a concern, to say the least. So we're going to see more and more things like this in the future, where it's just going to take longer and longer for the stuff to sell. Just that simple. Landlords around the country are starting to do something that real estate experts have told me, when this happens, Dan, all bets are off. You're going to see a huge downturn when it comes to real estate, and that is free rent. Major incentives. Now, I'm not talking about a toaster when you sign up and, hey, we gave you a free microwave. I'm talking about massive things where they're giving, hey, free parking for a year. Parking's normally $70 a month. Things like that. Things that are worth giving away and worth you saying, hey, I'll look at this building for that. That is being offered around the country now. And you're also seeing landlords that are also taking, what's the offer? What do you want to do? The unit is $2,000 a month. What do you want to offer me? Now, crazy, okay? Absolutely crazy that we're starting to see this, because this is the crack in the armor when it comes to real estate. And nobody wants to sit there and say that this is bad, but it is. It's really bad. New York City has got so much vacant space What are you going to do with it? And there's a great article below on this. And that, all these different ideas of, hey, we go out and we turn them into condos and we get people back to, living here in town. I was watching, the news this morning, and they were talking about, I always bet on New York City, when it's down, that's when it comes back. Do you have faith in the leadership right now of New York City? Seriously. Do you sit there and say, oh, these people got it together. They care about business. Crime is at an all-time high, and they've done nothing to stop it. Why would anybody live there? Why would you have your business there? Why would you have a business and put employees in jeopardy in places when crime is sky high? Tell me. I don't know. Things that we talk about when we talk about employees and bringing people on board and for the stuff we're doing, it's all about convenience and people's safety and people's quality of life, okay? And the quality of life is not to get robbed driving someplace, okay? It's important. Great article about Zoom jobs that were created during the pandemic. And were a lot of Zoom jobs worth it? Were over half of them a waste? Yes. I know this woman that works for a huge firm. I don't want to say the firm name. And she's been working from home for a year, okay? They finally started to bring her back to the office, but she's super sharp and in design and does all this stuff to where I wouldn't worry about it. If she wanted to work wherever you want, work from the park bench, because she would get her work done. She's not the woman that's going out getting her nails done at 11 and not answering her phone. She's getting everything done. There's two types of people. There are people that do that and people that can't. The other incentive is for the people that want to do childcare and get their kids to school and drop them off at 8:15 and say goodbye and make their lunch and then hit the office at 8:30. That's great. If you got people like that, that's an absolute home run. But not everybody's like that. And half these Zoom jobs were ridiculous. Think about this. Elon Musk has fired 75% of the Twitter staff. Oh, because he's mean. He's horrible. Really? Really? Okay. Or maybe it's just an it was bloated. Okay. And you didn't need all those people there, with their lattes and their masseuses and things like that. That's what I think you're going to see. So all of these places here in, around the country that are having trouble selling, it's only going to get worse right now. Amazon employees have a deal worked out with Better.com, which is insane. This is absolutely what is wrong with the world right now. There are people out there that have tremendous stock options. By the way, this is walking in somebody's backyard right now. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. Hello. Okay. Better.com is a lender. Better.com will let you use your Amazon stock as collateral towards your home purchase now. Okay? It's a margin call, guys. It's a margin loan. Okay? Go to Vegas, a crap table. Come on. Why do you have to buy a house today? Ask that question. Why? What's the reason? I have a relative that just bought a house. Hey, we always want to live in this neighborhood. We're going to live there forever. He's got a great job. I think it's foolish. They got a good deal on the house. The house is big. But is it a good deal for today? Are they going to regret that? How about if your house went down $90,000 in the last month and you closed escrow 2 months ago? How about that? How about the fact that, when you look at December numbers and you look at normally you have 17,000 transactions in January in Orange County and you have 9,000, that consumes, it's a little bit off. It's 42% off, guys. All these people are having nothing but problems. The commercial real estate is the next thing that is going to explode. On 2nd Street, my friend sends me, hey, that French restaurant, remember that one? The one across the street from the jewelry store? Yeah, out of business. Just shut down. Okay? Wow. Been there forever. Not that I eat French food, but it's just shocking because you don't want to see anybody go down, because you don't want to see people lose their jobs. You don't want to see, the problems with the business upside down. It's horrific for these poor people. It's awful. The jewelry store you were standing in front of sent me this picture. how after 30 years they couldn't renegotiate a new lease. So they've got the Palm Springs location, the location in Laguna Woods. Laguna Woods is a retirement community, guys. It used to be called Leisure World, and now they cut it out. And it's right next to Laguna Hills, between Laguna Hills and Laguna Beach. But it's inland, and it's got Leisure World there, which, you know, I guess I could live there now, but I'd be considered like a young guy, okay, living there. So it's, you know, 80 plus community. So I don't know how much jewelry they buy. And that was the other thing we're talking about. How much jewelry do you have to sell to make that business worthwhile? Do they just sell gold and silver? Do they buy stuff? Do they sell stuff? You know, this is what's wrong with everything right now. You're seeing more and more businesses go down. Business in 2nd Street we were at today had a roof leak, had to shut the restaurant down. How devastating is that? With all the rain that we've had in the last month, this place had such a bad roof leak they couldn't stay open. Who pays for that? Oh, insurance, Dad. Don't worry about that. How do you get that back? How do you get the momentum back for your business when the insurance destroys it? Because I've had a tremendous amount of stories. People write me different things. The credit card companies are lowering the credit lines like never before. Things that we've never seen before are happening right before our eyes. And people don't want to admit this. And again, one guy wrote me yesterday, hey, we closed your account. And we're going to send you a separate letter as to why we did that. We don't like this. You have, you know, negative marks in your credit over here. We're not going to tolerate that. Okay? Everything is not good right now. Now, oh, you're Mr. Gloom and Doom. 265 days on the market for an investment property in a great neighborhood. Okay? That's serious. Real estate experts anticipate that you could see from today, from where we're at now, as much as a 25% drop in prices around the country. Wow. Okay. Does that concern you? Some people don't care. Some people, I'm going to live here forever. I don't care what this place goes for. Some people need to borrow money all the time and need to use their house as leverage. And these poor people putting up their Amazon stock. Think about this. Amazon stock's at one of the lowest levels it's been in years, and you're going to use that as collateral to go get yourself another depreciated asset, which would be your home. It is truly sad to see these businesses suffer right now. Restaurants, service companies, everything. Once again, I'm going to say this again. If you are a business that has receivables and people owe you money, and I don't care if you are a one-person operation to where you just deal with, you know, your consulting business, get paid, be first, complain. Do what you can to be as loud as possible to make sure that you get your money from these people, because they will do everything they can not to pay you, because you're not the only one that they owe money to. And what you're going to experience, and it's going to get worse 90 days from now, it's going to get worse 6 months from now, it's going to be real bad, 10, 11 months from now, is you're going to see more and more people go out of business. The French restaurant that owed people all that money and just went out of business, what do you think they owed people? Huh? Get paid, guys. Okay? Westminster Mall, the city of Westminster just approved to level that entire mall that I walked through last month. And what they're going to approve is, outdoor use, condos, everything, lifestyle. Who's going to buy those places? Who's going to rent those places? They're not selling these places right now, but you're going to have more construction and level an entire shopping mall. So, we have not seen the commercial real estate crash the way that it should. It's just starting to crack. It's just starting to have the foreclosures, the debts being called in. You're going to see major problems with that over the course of the next 6 months. I think that's when it's going to really crack, and you're going to see this thing really come down. So let me know what you guys think about this so far. Those units that are on, every realtor could show me stuff about how bad it is, but that's a concern right now, guys. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Patriot Gold is the best-in-class service, #1 rated with Consumer Affairs for IRAs and 401ks that are backed by physical metals. Call them today, 888-330-1431 today, and learn how you can get yourself an IRA that's backed by physical metals. Think about this. Central banks are doing one thing, and that is buying a tremendous amount of gold because they are getting themselves into a safe haven investment. Look at all the headlines right now. Earnings are down for these companies, and you are seeing the fact that smart money is going towards metals, like billionaires. Do yourself this favor. No one's going to help you. Help yourself. Get some solid advice. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Before it's too late, they will give you a free investor guide. They will answer all your questions. Again, so many people from iAllegedly have contacted them. Do yourself a favor. They're the best-in-class service, #1 rated, and the good people at Patriot Gold can help you. No fee-for-life IRAs. If you have an existing IRA or 401k, they can help you transfer it over with no tax liability. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Here's something that's completely ridiculous. The government wants people to get into EV cars. California, because we're a green state, just ask us and we'll tell you. They want to give EV cars and get people into EV cars as quick as possible. So what they set up here in California is a program for, if you're a low income earner, you can get up to $27,000 in credits to get yourself an EV car. Well, I would like a $27,000 credit to buy a car, okay? I think anybody would. The problem with it is that, how do you get this money? There's a great article about this, about how the program is completely convoluted. The average broke person cannot afford an EV car, so they're not buying electric vehicles. They just cannot do it. So for these people that make under $150,000 a year, they're giving them all these different incentives, which 150 grand a year is a lot. But to give them $27,000 worth of incentives to buy a $42,000 car, okay, and they can't afford it because it's ridiculous. Now, the incentives get cut in half if you buy a used vehicle, and you can only make up to $54,000 with a used EV car. Who comes up with this stuff? We have people sleeping on the streets here in California. There are homeless people. There have been billions of dollars that have been used for the homeless programs, and you want to give somebody broke an electric vehicle. Can't charge it. I don't have a house. But man, I'm doing something for the environment. You can help me push it. Okay? There's a guy on Twitter, Noah, that has this blog talking about how we make nothing in this country. And the link is below on this story, and it's great. But he's talking about, United States used to be a manufacturing, juggernaut. We were the best. And now we don't make anything. And so much so that this, his blog is getting all this attention, and Elon Musk starts to chime in, so he starts to agree with this guy, which is great. I love stuff like this. And again, Elon, I'm telling you, by the way, he's the richest man in the world. Forbes, you can waste your time and look at that list, but now, as of today, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world again. He went over Bernard Anhalt, okay, that owns Moet and Louis Vuitton and Tiffany's and all that stuff. Another great story from my main man, Grant Cardone, talking about this. Grant Cardone said, if you make less than $400,000 a year as a man, you should be ashamed of yourself. What are you doing? What kind of man are you? How can you provide for your family making 400 grand a year? That was the first thing. That was awesome that he said that. It gets better. If you are a lowly single-digit millionaire, you're worth $1, $2, $8, $9 million, you're a peasant. You had a number on your back, and you are just basically less than middle class, and you're going to get wiped out in what's about to happen. And you're going to see everything go down. Now remember, Grant was the guy that said, rent where you live, and get into real estate, big unit real estate. But man, oh man, oh man, again, great sales advice from this guy. If you want to ever get good sales advice, Grant Cardone's the best, because he's a grinder. He's a guy that went and knocked on doors and sold stuff and did it himself and was real. And I'll tell you guys, Cal State Fullerton would invite different business professionals out to be mentors to the marketing class. And I was a mentor, did it for a couple years. It was great. And we did a mentoring program where we had to do a business plan for a motivational speaker. And one of the women in the class, I said, you know what, you should call Grant Cardone and see if he'll talk to you and get his advice. That guy answered her email and got on the phone with her. Grant Cardone himself did that, which to this day I've always thought was one of the classiest, coolest things ever, because the one thing I prepped her with, I said, listen, if you get access to this guy, you get an email or you get a chat or you get a chance to speak to him on the phone because you asked to speak to him on the phone multiple times, have everything right, carry it with you. So if he calls you, you're going to be able to have that conversation immediately. And she did, and it totally worked. But it also made the presentation that much better, because Grant Cardone's whole thing was, yeah, you're going to be a motivational speaker, and yeah, this is what you want to do, but you got to get yourself in front of everyone. Talk to everyone, every group you can, large and small, and it works, you know? So, you know, again, solid advice, but you peasants that are just worth $5 million, what kind of man are you, okay? Tell me. Read the article because it's awesome, okay? But again, solid business advice, part of it, okay? So, share your thoughts, guys, on this. Just a few stories to finish this video. And think about this. Food inflation in the UK. Great story how it has hit 17%, guys. So to buy food, it has gone up 17%. The quality of the food in the UK has dropped. You're seeing shortages of vegetables, meat products, everything, but food has gone up 17% year over year in the last year. That's great. So many people have written me about how their gas bill has gone through the frickin' roof in the last few months. Absolutely, outrageous, natural gas. My brother, him and his wife, 2 people in the house, gone through the roof. My friend has a studio apartment that went from $30 a month to $150 a month. And Southern California Gas just said, hey, listen, we want to raise rates in 2024. So you can't win, guys. It's just awful. It's more of the same when it comes to this stuff. Elon Musk steps forward, and I'll believe it when I see it. And the best thing is 3 people sent me the same headline. Dan still won't buy this car. Elon Musk says he's going to have a $24,000 Tesla. Do you believe that? Okay. I've had people write me, you don't understand. He's gonna do it. Okay. What is the car? What's that gonna be like? Okay. A $24,000 Tesla. Seriously. Get from here to the store and back, and just in time to charge it again. I mean, seriously, what's that going to do for us? $24,000 Tesla. I don't believe it's going to get me to Vegas anytime soon. And once again, 300 miles is ridiculous that people have to stop and wait in line. There's a great article yesterday that I got that I didn't get to, which was the feasibility of owning an electric vehicle is unfeasible, and that it is a disaster to own an electric vehicle because of the time wasted. What is your time worth, people? I have a brother that waits in line for 2 hours at Costco to save, 40 cents a gallon in gas. But what's your time worth? Seriously. Is it worth, to me, there's nobody in line at the gas station. Let's go there, okay? That's that. Louis Vuitton, final story. They just fired their greeters. This is the equivalent of the Walmart greeter. It's a little different when you spend $8,000 on a purse. But they got rid of these people, which is the equivalent of 5%. So the sales staff is furious over this because Gretchen will handle the return. She'll take care of this for you. But they got rid of that person. 5% of their staff were these customer service concierge people gone at Louis Vuitton. That's terrible, guys. And once again, you know, this is the sign of the times. Why? Why would you have to get rid of that person? That would make my life easier, because you have people that want to sell and they need to be selling as much as possible. If someone is, you know, on acid and they want to buy a $8,000 bag, get them while they're still high as a kite and not working on a return. So that's my thinking, but you know, whatever, just in it to sell the product. That's what my thing is. The staff at Louis Vuitton is furious over this. This is terrible. It's the worst decision. I kind of agree with these people, because you know what I mean? The ebbs and flow of here's customer service. This is what she does. Plus, these people rang up sales, they greeted people, they did everything inside the store, and they're gone. This is the sign of the times, guys. People are cutting back in every way, shape, and form. All these Zoom jobs, all these ways of how can we save money. That's what they're doing right now. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget we have an email list, and there's one going out. I think there's one that just went out. So check your spam filter if you're on that list. And also we have Patreon. If you want more access to me, there is a Patreon channel, and you can get more exclusive content. Onward and upward, guys. There's a bunch of huge, cool stuff coming in March, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I will see you guys very soon.